Okay, welcome back after this relaxing break. So we're all fresh again for a new debate with a more international focus on investment in sustainable and inclusive change as a pillar of resilience. I'm very happy that Martin Reubi, the sustainability delegate from the Swiss federal government, was prepared to chair this panel. That's again thanks also to my prior activity with the Swiss Federal Office, with the Swiss Federal Department of Foreign Affairs, where I was in the advisory group of Ignazio Gassi's Vision Foreign Policy 28, where I could also introduce my ideas a little bit. And whenever I organize an event, of course, I contact them and they look who could possibly fit for a particular topic. And so I was very lucky that we were able to win Martin. But without further ado, you will also introduce the panelists. So I leave you the floor. Thanks a lot.
Very warm welcome to this panel. I have a slight challenge that the panel number and the title of the panel has changed overnight. But as you heard from Pascal Bruderer, in these challenging times, we need to be pragmatic, flexible, agile. So I will try to adjust the conversation that we will have over the next 90 minutes to the new title, which is Investment in Resilience. I will introduce the four panelists in a minute, but let me maybe set the stage for the topic. Investment in sustainable and inclusive technological change, or investment in resilience. I figured I would structure the discussion and the topic around three pillars. The first pillar, we do talk about sustainable development. The second one, we talk about investment into investment and financing of sustainable development. And the third one, we will talk about change, and in particular also technological change. So sustainable development, it's a bit of a non-word. We often hear now terms like resilience, like efficiency, like security, like sovereignty, independence. The advantage of sustainable development is that it's a term which is pretty clearly defined. We have defined it in 2015. The UN has defined it with the 17 SDGs. You see it in a circle. It's evolution. We had the MDGs, the Millennium Development Goals, which were directed towards development countries. And now we have the SDGs, which are directed to all of us. So that was an evolution. We also have the evolution in terms of angle. It used to be a very much a social agenda. Now it's clearly also an economic and an ecological agenda. The problem is with the SDGs, you know it, we're not on track. 35% of the goals that we have set will be reached more or less by 2030, which is not that much. So somehow we have a problem. We also have a lot of headwind. You know, the debate that has, started and has been pushed forward by the US administration, but also by others. So we're not on track. We're heading. What is missing? We'll talk about that. What needs to be extended? My personal view is we need to move from ideology to business opportunities, but we will talk about all of this. The second pillar is the financing pillar. The UN has calculated that if we want to reach all the SDGs, all the 169 targets, we would need globally about 4 to 7 trillion US dollars per year. And it's very obvious that governments will not be able to fund this kind of sum. So we need to find a way of addressing the private sector, of mobilizing the private sector, and again, of transforming and moving into investment schemes, into profitability and good business models. So the second pillar we will focus on is the financing. My guess is we should move from financing to an investment perspective. And the third pillar I would like to use to structure the discussion is a technological pillar. We hear every day about AI, the artificial intelligence revolution. Is it going to be helpful in terms of sustainable development? Will it help us reach the goals because we can be more efficient, we can be more exclusive? Or is it going to be quite the contrary? Will it be even tougher because the energy demand is super high and only very few will control everything and will get the big power? My guess is that looking post 2030, we will need to use and make the maximum of opportunities in terms of technology. Right now it's AI. In the future it may be quantum technologies. There's a lot going on in neurosciences. The Chinese with the Global Development Initiative and the UAE with the XDGs, you might not have heard of this initiative, have, I think, understood that there's a lot of potential in the future use of technologies. What combines the three pillars? Maybe the idea of leaving no one behind, the idea of inclusiveness, but definitely also the idea of creating business opportunities. And with this, I would like to start the panel discussion. And I would like to start the discussion by giving the floor Mr. Victor Umania. He is an academic and an entrepreneur from Costa Rica. I think he flew in on Wednesday. And he is also a professor who has completed his PhD at ETH Zurich, so with strong links to Zurich. And he's also now teaching at the INCAE Business School in Costa Rica. Your angle is, of course, a Latin American angle, Costa Rican angle, but you have also developed policy initiatives which combined financing schemes and innovation in a very successful way, and it does have contributed to mobilizing the local entrepreneurship scene. And I would like to give you the floor for a short opening statement. We agreed that it should be around 5 to 10 minutes maximum. Thank you, Victor.